Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a near full face of Dior, and it is going to be the softest and, in my opinion, one of the more prettier looks. I've done this about 2 or 3 times over the past week or 2 weeks, and I just think it looks really pretty. Now I'm going to be using 2 of the new Dior single eyeshadows. I previously did a video on the initial 2 that I picked up, and I love the formula of them so much that I picked up 2 more. So it is a very soft look today. So all my skincare is done for the morning, and about 10 or 15 minutes ago I did put on another layer of sunscreen. So now I'm just going to put on some primer, and I'm going to use the Dior. This is the Forever, this is the Velvet Veil one. Really lovely primer, this one. So I just put a pump on the back of my hand, and I will dot that on, let it sit for a couple of minutes, and then I will put on some foundation. So for the foundation, I'm going to use the Dior. This is the Forever Skin Glow one. This is the one that people might say is more suited towards normal to dry skin. I have oily skin, but because it's now cooler here in New Zealand, this foundation is just perfect. Now, I'm not even going to put a full pump on because this is such a light look. I'm going to, if I can control the pump, and I think you can with these, I'm just going to put on, it's about half a pump, so not very much at all. If I think anything needs a little bit more coverage, then I can always just top it over with a little bit of concealer. But I just want to keep this super light because the eye look itself is really light as well as the blush and also the lipstick that I'm going to wear. So this is a really lovely foundation. And even though I've just put on a tiny amount, it will give a really beautiful coverage. I tried it out, I think the last time that I used these single eyeshadows, and I thought, oh, there's no way half a pump will give me coverage that I want. And even though I want a really light coverage, I still want coverage to be there. But I was really pleased with how it turned out just using a really small amount. So I've got hardly any left on the back of my hand, but I'll just stipple it in. So this foundation normally gives a really good medium finish, but by doing this it's more sort of a light coverage. But I think it looks really lovely. And as always, just what's left on my brush, I'm just going to put that under my eyes. And now that it's all on, I think the coverage is really, really beautiful. I don't know what that is there. It's a little bit of white fluff or something. If you hear some noises while I'm videoing this, it's because Margot's decided to, she's my Persian cat, she's decided to join me in the room today. And if she's agreeable a bit later, I will pick her up and show you. But every now and then she jumps off the table that's to the right of me here and goes and plays with something. So if you hear a bit of rustling or carrying on, that's Margot. So with the concealer, I'm just going to put on just a small amount. Really what I like to cover is, I have quite prominent veins, but this Dior Forever, the Skin Correct Concealer, it does conceal really well. And I've only put on a very, very small amount because I don't want to have really heavy concealer and then the rest of my makeup looking really light. But I think that gives enough coverage and helps keep with that no makeup look that I'm trying to achieve with this. The river flows one direction, and fishes they follow the flow. But what if one tried to mention that there was much more to explore? Here I am, I have a plan, I'm living free, don't know where I'll land. Here I am, I have a plan, I'm living free, don't know where I'll
Dragonfly heard the message.
And to powder my face, I'm going to use the Chanel, the Natural Finish Loose Powder. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty brush. This is the number, this is 102. And I'm really just doing the smallest amount of powder. And for bronzer today, I'm going to use the Christian Dior. This is the Natural Bronze Glow, and this is in the shade 032 in pink. I also picked up the really light coral one as well. So I'm going to take the Sonia G brush, and I'm only going to put on just a small amount, just to give just a hint of warmth, but without overdoing it too much. I do love the finish on these. Just gives you this really beautiful, healthy glow. So in this bronzer, I just swirl my brush between the pink and the bronze shade. Really beautiful. I just love those bronzers. Now for the two Dior single eyeshadows, I'm going to use the one in Tutu. And also the one, it is in Cashmere. So Cashmere is a matte and the Tutu is metallic. So here is Cashmere. And then we have Tutu. And here they are swatched, Cashmere and Tutu. So I'm going to start off with Cashmere, and I've got the Sonia G. This is the Jumbo Blender. And I'm going to put this all over my lid and also through the crease and take it up to the brow bone as well. This is really good, this brush, if you just want to put a lot of shadow on quite quickly. Then I'm just going to go to a clean fluffy brush and just blend that out just so I've got no harsh lines. Then I'm going to take the Rapper number 3 and I'm going to stay with the shade Cashmere, and I'm going to run this under my lower lash line. So this is a really quick eye look. Now I'm going to go to Tutu and I'm going to use the applicator that came with these singles. It's just a little sponge tip applicator. And then I'm going to take the shade all over the lid. And that is it. Very quick and very simple. Now I am going to put just the tiniest amount of eyeliner on, and I'm going to use the newly reformulated, this is the Dior Stylo. This is the 24-hour wear one, and I'm going to use the shade, this is in Matte Taupe. Now these still aren't available yet in the US, but I think they're going to be somewhere around the end of the month. But when they do appear on the Dior website, I will put it on my community page as well as stories on Instagram. And I've done a video using the shade before, and it is just beautiful. A really good staple to have in my eyeliner collection. And I love the formula of these. There's no tugging, it stays put. And I've talked about it before, but I also like the smaller pencil. It gives me just that little bit more control. So that is the eyes done. Very quick, very simple and very soft. Now the eyeliner, I just put on the smallest amount and right at the base of my eyelashes, because I don't want it to appear like I've got, there is your eyeliner where you can thicken it sometimes, and I do that from time to time, but it's really just to thicken the base of my lashes so my sparse lashes look a little bit thicker. And then on the lower lash line I also put on a little bit of eyeliner, but just the tiniest amount just through here, so it's really hardly noticeable at all. And I think this is a really pretty, really soft look. Now for blush, what I'm going to use today, and I picked this up, it was a couple of weeks ago now, it's the Dior Forever Glow Maximizer, and it is in the shade Nude, and I think by itself is just absolutely beautiful. And if you just want that very soft, healthy glow, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So because I'm using this just solely as a blush, then I'm going to put 2 generous dots. I'll just put the doe foot applicator back in again, and another couple of generous dots, and then I'm going to take the Sonia G, this is the Sheer Buffer, and blend that out. And I think the shade just by itself is really, really gorgeous. It just gives this really beautiful glow, and you don't look like a disco ball. It doesn't emphasize texture. It is just absolutely beautiful. And then for lipstick today, I'm going to use the Dior, the Lip Glow, and this is in the shade Pink Lilac. I've used this before on a previous video. I really like the formula of this, and the shade of these is just beautiful. And I want a bit of colour on my lips, but I just don't want too much, and these balms are just perfect for that. And I forgot to choose earlier which perfume I'm going to use today, so I'm just going to have a look at my different selections of my Dior perfumes and pop some on.
It spread its wings to the surface. The bright colors set them apart. Here I am, I have a plan. I'm living free, don't know where I'll end.
So here is the finished look, and it is really soft, but I think this is just so pretty, this look. Barely there makeup, there's enough so now that I've got eyes with eyeshadow and a little bit of liner and mascara, and it just gives this healthy look without being she's got on a full face of makeup. I really just think it looks more just healthy, just really gorgeous. So the Dior foundation is looking really beautiful, and I don't need to repowder it at all, and I probably won't need to repowder it throughout the day. The other day I did wear this, as I was saying earlier in the video, and I didn't have to repowder it then either. The Dior single eyeshadows are just beautiful. Now the two shades that I did try, the Cashmere, which is just gorgeous, and I think using the Sonia G, the jumbo brush, I think it went on really well. And initially, I think the first time I used the shadow, I used the Rapper number 14, and this is quite a fluffy brush, and it went on even more sheer than it did today. So just try different brushes. If you're interested in the shade with the matte, just try different brushes, because you can get a little bit more pigment out of it if you want to, but a really beautiful shade. And Tutu is gorgeous. Now this is described as metallic, but it's certainly not a chunky or in your face metallic. I didn't get any fallout with this, but then I did use the sponge applicator that came with it. Now if you wanted to get a little bit more punch out of the shade, I would imagine that if you wet a brush and put it on, you could get more, but because I was just going for a very soft makeup look, then I didn't want to use a wet brush, but you could certainly do that. But it is an absolutely gorgeous shade. The Dior Forever Glow Maximizer in Nude. I also have the one in peach and also the one in pink. The Nude is just beautiful, and by itself as a blush is just absolutely gorgeous. And of course the Dior collection that came out, this Pink Liliac, is absolutely beautiful. This balm is gorgeous. It goes on beautifully. It gives me a sheer wash of color, just gives a bit of a healthy color to my lips and is cohesive with the whole makeup look. But again, it's still soft and goes really well if you just want that sheer sort of no makeup look. Really beautiful. So all the products that I've tried, absolutely thrilled with, and I highly recommend them. And Margot is still in the room. She decided that she was going to lay on the floor, and I think that she's quite tired, so she's been behaving herself. I thought she was going to run right in here playing with all the different boxes and things like that, but she just decided to lay down on the carpet in front of me down here, and she's just been sleeping. So I'll put her down now and let her get on with her beauty sleep. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.